Hey guys, Mike from Shimino's Workshop. Our next saber to show off is the KR Sabers. He calls it the Apprentice OWK, but this is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Episode 1, Episode 2 saber. The one he lost twice. Comes in very nice packaging. Little hidden components for the parts. I have everything, all the spare parts in here. Some extra set screws we didn't use. These are the plastic inserts for the LEDs. You also get these are the acrylic ones that were designed for the hilt. The plastic ones were not the right ones, but Cal just included them because what's he going to do with them? So you get acrylic, you get plastic, you get flat and rounded. I went with the flat. Okay. So this has been installed with Proffie 2.2, SA22 fork for color change and all that fun stuff. Beautiful saber. This has a Goth chassis. It has 18650 battery, recharge port. This one has custom saber shop Plector Pixel PCB, I guess you would call it. These are not actual functional accent LEDs. The way they're held on are actually using some Phillips head screws. So without modification, you wouldn't be able to get shine through. They come with blade plugs. The kit does come with a blade plug, probably resembles the Master Replica. But it doesn't offer any type of shine through. So there really wasn't any need to put a like a stock NeoPixel PCB or you know, creating a NeoPixel blade plug. You can, right? Custom Saber Shop and other stores offer a blade plug that you could drop in here to offer a little bit of shine through, or you can put any blade plug really that would offer shine through, but I did not go for that route. So I need to pull the key. So the way to access the recharge port is to loosen the cover tech. In fact, I take the cover tech off and I'll show you why. I don't necessarily love this design, but it spins. So by loosening the cover tech, it loosens this. Actually, you can slide the whole thing right off. But that gives you access to the board up top. The recharge port's right there. I used a low profile kill key here.
Surely we can be civilized about this.
So that's the negotiator font from Fours. So this is why I don't necessarily like this design. Unless we can find a better cover tech screw, something that maybe is a little bit longer. This is actually, the cover tech screw is actually probably designed to hit this groove and lock it in. So if I can find a better cover tech screw, something that's longer, and then I can sand it down to the right size, you know, the idea is that it would hold this outer shroud in place and prevent it from spinning. But since I don't think Cal was able to find the right size screw, and I'm sure he didn't want to have to buy longer and sand them down as part of a kit, so he included a standard size and then included a retention screw, which I retapped. I made this a 6/32 set screw because that's what I had abundance of in case I needed to sand it down, which I didn't. But I think I'm going to experiment. I'll probably go to the hardware store, pick up a few different screw lengths, and see which one I can get to work properly. That will, one, ensure the cover tech isn't loose, and two, you know, just the right size so that I don't have to rely on this retention screw. So here's how this works. With the cover tech off, you can, and you probably can't see that, but you can see the retention screw, the set screw, through the hole. So I line them up, and then I use an Allen key. I get in there, and I'm loosening the screw, right, so that the screw is, the set screw is actually in the cover tech hole. Oops. And so this is a little bit of trial and error. That's why this is sort of a pain. Because as I'm doing this, I'm going to hit the power button, I'm going to turn it on, I'm going to get frustrated. Because you got to dial it in almost to the exact spot. And with a little bit of practice, you figure out what the right, but now that's nice. You can hear there's no, let me shut the saber off. There's no rattling, right? There's nothing shaking. You can unspin the pommel, but there's no reason to. Not even gonna bother. It's on there nice and tight, but there's no access to anything there, other than maybe you want to see the speaker. But the speaker's there. We saw the internals here, and then up here, right, we have two functional buttons, power, and auxiliary. So power, we can turn it on. I'm gonna have to get with 4's the begin and end lockup. They don't transition well. You can hear there's a space, right? So if I hold down auxiliary, once you hold down auxiliary, it's going to start begin lock, then it's going to do lock, and then when you let go, it does end lock. But there's a space between them, and so I don't know if that's something on my side I didn't configure right in the config files, or if that's something on his side that he needs to change so that there's a smooth transition. But you got smooth swing, you got blaster, lockup, drag, same issue with drag, begin drag. The end drag sounds okay, just the begin drag. Oh, you have force, so you double tap, force effects.
You want to go home and rethink your life?
Love the negotiator font. And yes, I know this isn't the right saber from Clone Wars. It would be his Revenge of the Sith saber. But how could you not put the negotiator on an Obi-Wan Kenobi prequel saber? And then the other fonts I put on here are just some custom-based ones that represent Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3. I know, again, he didn't have the saber in Episode 3, but give me a break.
I have a bad feeling about this.
So I created this font, just has quotes from The Phantom Menace. So this is the Episode 1 font. You can hold down for music track. Duel of Fates.
Hello there.
Oops.
You will be a Jedi. I promise.
Also, you know, it features my battery voltage. So if you hold down,
4.09 volts.
you get voltage readout. It has the low battery detection at 3 volts. It has a 28 mil bass speaker, the Smuggler's Outpost one, which is nice and loud. Second one is Episode 2.
This weapon is your life.
If I remember right, the music track is from when they chased the bounty hunter on Coruscant. The one that was trying to
I
assassinate
have a bad feeling about this.
Padme.
This weapon is your life. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
And so this is episode 3.
You were the chosen one! I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. And last one is just the battery. If you have a blade in. Sorry about that. Let me get the blade. Instead of saying if you had a blade, why don't we just pop a blade in there? So the blade retention screw is right there. That comes pre-tapped, and it's black. You can hardly see it. Excuse me. So you can remove. There's your blade plug that comes with the kit. Nice, actually. And then we can drop our blade in there. So it's on the battery. It's on the preset that does the battery. I'm losing my voice. Sorry about that. So it has the blade charging style, so we can see that we're full. As the voltage diminishes, it goes green to blue to like an orangey red. So you can get a visual level of your battery.
Hello there.
The blade style has sort of that, what do they call that? It turns on and it's like a nice bright white, like a flare. On spark, I think it's on spark. On and off spark. But the on spark, I have his blue color. Yellow blast. White drag tip. Mock up.
You will be a Jedi.
I believe the styles are the same across. Yeah, I don't think.
This weapon is your life. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Hello there.
Yep, and then back to the beginning. This probably won't balance. There we go. Balances pretty well. I have a Parks version of this saber installed with a Goth Master chassis, installed with a crystal chamber, NeoPixel and that jazz. So I'm going to keep the Parks one. And really the deciding factor for me were the accent LEDs. I just like the shine through in the Parks version. Much more difficult to install the Parks version. So I'm going to sell this one. This will be up for sale. If you want to get in touch with me, shoot me an offer. I'm not really sure how I'm going to price this one just yet. It'll be, reasonably priced. Really just looking for parts and labor. So hit me up. If it's still available, it's yours. I also have a Qui-Gon. I'll do another video on the Master Qui-Gon from KR. That one I will keep. But come check out that video. I'll have up on the channel shortly. Thanks for watching, guys.